Venezuelan President Nicolás Maduro fired a stark warning on Monday, declaring his country would raise a republic in arms if the United States attacks. He called the U.S. naval buildup in the Caribbean an extravagant, unjustifiable, immoral, and absolutely criminal bloody threat. The remarks came amid the movement of multiple U.S. warships toward the region, a show of force Washington says is aimed at cracking down on drug trafficking. Maduro insisted any attack would trigger immediate armed resistance.
This press conference is important because Venezuela is facing the greatest threat that the continent has seen in the last 100 years. 8 military ships with 1,200 missiles and a nuclear submarine are targeting Venezuela. It is an extravagant, unjustifiable, immoral, and absolutely criminal bloody threat. Absolutely criminal.
The Venezuelan leader warned that the country's forces were on high alert, ready to defend national territory, history, and citizens at all costs. Troops have been stationed along the coastline and the border with Colombia.
If Venezuela were attacked, it would immediately enter a period of armed struggle in defense of the national territory, in defense of the history and people of Venezuela, and we would constitutionally declare the republic in arms.
Meanwhile, locals in Panama City voiced unease as the USS Sampson docked temporarily en route to the Caribbean, evoking fears of history repeating itself.
Many things can happen in that war, and the ones who are going to die are pure people who have nothing to do with this war, like here, where many people died.
Residents stressed that lessons from past conflicts must guide current decisions.
We had the issue of the invasion that took place in '89, and we know how traumatic that invasion was. We do not want Venezuela to go through that same situation.
The U.S. framed its operations as anti-drug missions and rejected accusations of targeting Maduro.
Many Caribbean nations and many nations in the region have applauded the administration's counter-drug operations and efforts, and the president is prepared to use every element of American power to stop drugs from flooding into our country and to bring those responsible to justice. And as I've said from this podium before, the Maduro regime is not the legitimate government of Venezuela. It is a narco-terror cartel. Maduro is not a legitimate president. He is a fugitive head of this drug cartel. He has been indicted in the United States for trafficking drugs into our country.
As tensions escalate, Maduro's defiant stance signals that Venezuela is prepared to stand its ground against what he calls an unlawful foreign threat. With troops mobilized and the republic in arms on alert, the Venezuelan president is projecting strength and sovereignty, warning that any attempt to coerce the nation will be met with fierce resistance.